Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Happy May 18, everyone. Happy May 18. So doada. Happy May 18, everyone. There's 3 more minutes until the event starts. Inshallah, I just wanted to start the live a little bit early. So dua to send this to your friends, everybody. Happy May 18. So doada. Share this with your friends. Viva Somaliland! Happy 18, May 18th. Alrighty. Just wanted to welcome everyone that's in the building right now. Feel free to write what city you're at so we can get a better idea of where everyone is tonight. Sorry. We're going to be starting in a few minutes. Somaliland Hamnalatu. Yes. All right, so for those who don't know, we are part of SLPA, a Somaliland Professional Association organization here in Northern America. Just to get an idea of what are the accomplishments we've done as SLPA, we hosted a successful event in Hargeisa during winter break. If you guys didn't know, if you are not on our mailing list, you might not be aware of all of the things that we've been doing. You can check out as well the actual event on YouTube, where we discussed plans and ideas that we can implement in Somaliland. Inshallah, in the next 2 years, we're in the works with that as well. We also started our quarter op-eds. We had our Q1 and our Q2 op-eds. So if you're interested in getting your writing published, email us, contact us, or DM us. We had a Q&A op-ed about fishery industry, which has a lot of potential, provided by our subject matter expert, Deqa Aden, from the World Bank. So feel free to read that, inshallah. We also had our successful annual Ramadan fundraiser. We had one for Borome this year for underserved children and orphans. Alhamdulillah, we were able to triple our goal of about 2,500. Which is amazing, and we were able to get gifts close to 500 people. And we've been doing this every year in the region of Somaliland, and each year we're trying to do it in different regions. So this year we're able to do it in Borome, alhamdulillah. We also have a successful mentorship program, and we have a lot of great mentorship success stories, such as Mahad, who's actually from Seattle, which is where I'm broadcasting from, who was able to find work at PwC thanks to his mentor, Ahmed Hassan. So if you are interested in finding a mentor in numerous fields, which alhamdulillah we have about 300 members or so. So every field you can imagine, we have folks in those fields. And if you are interested in, any of the things that I talked about or future events, please follow us. Join our membership. If you go to the website, you go under membership, you can sign up, and you'll get the email blast of all the exciting things we have going on. Inshallah, you can stay tuned for future events and programs. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what today's going to look like. We're going to start with Amina Isir, who is an amazing podcaster. I'm really excited to have her here today. And then we're going to follow with Fathia Absie, who is also another amazing storyteller. And then we're going to have a live concert with Hodan, inshallah. So I'm super, super excited. If Amina is in the building, please please request to join. All right, while we're waiting, I'm going to read you her bio. So Amina Isir is a writer, researcher, and a community builder. She's also an amazingly well-spoken individual, mashallah. She's a first-generation American Somali who is Somalilander, who's committed to the celebration and elevation of Somali culture and people. Amina completed her master's in international development and social change, focused on the Somali diaspora experience in the way that centered identity, history, and belonging. Her master paper focused on young Somalis returning to Somaliland, highlighting the nuances and fluidity of the generation's identity. She produces Isir, which I highly recommend. It's an amazing podcast, a platform dedicated to sharing our stories and experiences. So I am going to add Isir right now, or Amina.
Hi.
Welcome.
What's up? Hey, everybody. Mayan Bursal. Okay. Somaliland.
So do I.
Anolato.
Keep listing where you're from. Keep sharing with us. Mashallah, we have Columbus, Ohio. We have Newton, Connecticut. Mashallah.
Newton is my aunt.
Queens, New York. Okay. Gothenburg. Alrighty. We got Seattle. What's good, Seattle? Alexandria, Virginia. Okay, Sweden. We're international.
Wow. Thank you for joining us.
Nashville, Tennessee. Okay. Somaliland. Wow, it's live today. Alrighty. Well, tell us. I'm so excited to have you here today, mashallah.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to join you guys. I'm excited for our guests, for Fathia Absie and Hodan Abdirahman. Rare Somaliland, American Somalilanders are representing tonight. So, I'm so excited to join you guys and to be a part of this. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for agreeing to be a part of this. I just was recently introduced to your podcast and I've been addicted. I've been sharing with my friends. It's all the nostalgic diasporic stories, but so much more deeper. You're delving deeper into the subjects and things that I didn't even really think about, but that aren't my lived experiences. So I really appreciate the work that you have been putting out there. For those who may not know you, can you please share a little bit about yourself and who you are?
All right, so you shared a little bit of my bio, but I was somebody who just basically was always watching and then always talking and asking questions. And so I spent since I was in grad school, I went back home for the first time. I went to Hargeisa, spent the summer there. And then I was really sucked into this Somali cultural bubble that I spent the next couple of years in. I went to London Somali Week. We went to Sweden, went to Finland. I was a part of Hargeisa Book Fair. And all of this were basically spaces where we were honoring our own, And I was like, we don't have that in the States. And also I wanted to share those stories and those experiences with everybody because they were things that I still am talking about to this day. Everyone that I met, a lot of people I met, I still am in touch with. So I was somebody that always, a little bit more of my educational background. I studied sociology, international studies, and I was talking about identity and social change always since undergrad. And I was like, what does that look like for me? So then I took the whole, journey back home to kind of discover what that looks like. And so Isir came out of that. Isir is my offering or my way of preserving and putting it all somewhere. For people like us, I don't want to, we weren't people who were born there and then came here. We're people who were born or raised here majority and then go back. So our experience is different, and it's really important for us to share our stories and share our experiences because so many people are talking about us, especially Somali youth, so many academics, so many researchers, so many journalists. so many people talking about Somali immigrant communities. And so we need to really kind of speak for ourselves to also define ourselves for ourselves.
Exactly. So many of these researchers are just white folks who are telling,
and they're getting money, and they're just saying, oh, what is this 1.5 generation? They're so lost. They're in between two worlds. How can they understand? They're 40, 50 years old, you know? So even on an age level, they don't get it. Also, the world that we're facing in this post 9/11 world, the Islamophobia, the xenophobia, these like we're all like third culture kids. So it's a very different cultural like landscape and geopolitical landscape that we're kind of navigating. And so why not? We have the internet, you know, like we need to share our stories, especially as Somalis and as Somalilanders. Like our stories also need to definitely like be told, just to kind of add nuance to the experience.
Exactly. So what brought you to sharing your podcast? Like, I know you're saying a little bit about, you know, the importance of sharing our stories, but why a podcast format, and what made you decide to do it now?
So that's a great question. The now is really, so I was going to do a tour group in Somaliland last year, and then Corona hit. So I was, one of the things that really shaped my experience of going back home was the community that I built, and also like traveling. Like we went on this big diaspora like road trip to Sa'adadin, and we got lost. There's an episode about that. It was like the biggest epic fail on so many levels, but there were 30 of us. We were all diaspora, all different accents. And we all like still keep in touch. And imagine, like, I thought my going back home was I'm gonna sit with a Yayo and Javiero and really get like a Definite Ellis type of experience. And we were really out here just, you know, like taking up space and really connecting on, you know, like the fact that we are growing up in between two worlds. So when Corona hit and the tour group had to be canceled, then I mean, my biggest thing was talking about the country and building community. So then I just kind of pivoted to a podcast. I had a blog and I was writing, but podcasting is so much easier. I mean, I'm able to talk. I clearly love talking. And it brings the stories alive in a different way. And it's been so fun because so many people that maybe I didn't meet back there, but now they're joining me. I'm able to talk to them. And then that builds it more than the conversations that I was having the past couple of years with people who were physically there with me and stuff like that. So, so yeah, it was a Corona project, but honestly, I'm glad it came out, because if it wasn't for like this time of being stuck in place, then I probably still would have been going and traveling and being somewhere.
Oh, I didn't know that it was a Corona project. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's very new.
Yeah. It started last August.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about your trips to Somaliland. I know you kind of described a little bit about it just now.
So yeah, my first trip is like the most memorable still. I went when I was in grad school, and I went to do research, and I literally showed up like solo dolo, like what's up Somaliland, like Mahad Haisa, and I started working for the book fair. And that community, like it was also really cool to we welcomed a lot of foreign guests, like expatriates, like non-Somalis, and they loved Hargeisa. It was so cool to watch it through their eyes. And I remember one day, you know, the Hargeisa book fair in London Somali Week, they're really big on like honoring our grades, like I said earlier. And so I remember, and I don't know if you've been to Guled Hotel. The Guled Hotel is huge. Like, so the Guled Hotel is packed out, especially the last night. And they brought Hadrawi one time. He came in, he's really old and frail. And then everybody, the whole crowd erupted, you know? And that's like, look at Samantha Ulay Datkisa, you know, like how important he is to his own people. And it means a lot more to be honored at home. And then the year after that, I went with Ilan Hista, Adero Dr. Hussein Adam, and my dad. And then Adero passed 6 months after that trip. So for me, and even like kind of honoring these stories and experiences is really kind of honoring, you know, them, honoring our history, the people that shaped us, but also, you know, like I thought that was really random that I was there 2016, but like, so I want to honor those experiences that I had. Also building off of like the work that they did, you know, kind of carrying the legacy, like passing on the torch type of thing. And a big part of that for me is like a personal responsibility to like continue that type of work of giving Somalis a positive name.
How many times have you been to Somaliland? Like how many times have you taken that trip?
So I went 4 times in a row. Yeah, so each trip was different. So 2017, my friend got married. That was a little holiday. And so each time though, each trip I went to a different place. Like it was like, okay, I might have a short amount of time, but where am I gonna go? Went to Bedbeda one time, went to Sheikh. So it was always about like travel as well, to like see different parts of the country and things like that. And yeah, so now I'm just kind of waiting for Corona to let up to go back.
And you didn't just stay in Hargeisa. You went to different cities and had different experiences. What's your favorite place in Somaliland?
Well, I mainly stayed in Hargeisa. So Hargeisa took a lot of my time, but I really loved Borome. Borome, like I went once. That was gorgeous to see. And I went to Galibah too my last time, so that was really dope to see. But I'm just running around Hargeisa most of the time when I'm there. Inshallah, I'm hoping next time like stay in a different city. What about you? Where's your favorite place?
Honestly, I just stay running around Hargeisa. I've only been twice. I went in 2011 and 2017. The first time for just a month, and then the second time like 2 months and a half. So I wanted to go this year, inshallah, with COVID and everything. Restrictions lift a little bit more, maybe potentially, but Allah ya'lam. Maybe we can go together. You never know. We all going.
I know.
Everyone is live. We can all go together.
Huge
have an SLPA event in Hargeisa.
Yes.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Put it out to the universe. I mean, that, like, there weren't too many Americans, but every time be like, oh my God, you're an American. So I'm glad now, like, America's having more of a presence, and like the Americans are having more of a presence in Somaliland, because our experience is a bit different than others, you know, but still, I'm glad we're taking up space in that.
Exactly. I noticed when I was there, it was a lot more Europeans, other Somalilanders in different areas, but not as many American Somalilanders.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely need to take up more space. So another question we have, when you speak about dual identity, because you talk about your podcast a lot, and that was something that really came up to me, and I wanted to hear more of you talking about it. What does that mean to you, dual identity?
So I think that, so my whole thesis, my master's thesis, was about diaspora returnees going to Somaliland. And the biggest thing was that, you know, we're not one or the other, we're both. Going back to Somaliland and seeing like home and everything like that was an important part of like understanding what that means in this day and age. Because I think a lot of what our parents talk about is a country or a world or a society. It kind of doesn't exist anymore. So now it's like we need to understand what Somali Nimo is going to mean for us, what our relationship to country, what our relationship to culture is going to look like. And I think it's important for us to hold up both. And so that way you can, like now I'm always mixing Somali and English in a sentence. I don't want to have to speak one or the other. Like I want both to work and for you to understand and for that to make sense. And so that's what the dual identity piece is. I think that's like reflective of the diaspora experience. Everybody's kind of putting in so many different cultures, you know, wherever you live, like you're from the Bay. I'm sure the Bay has their own culture that you're kind of carrying a part of you. So you don't want to like walk around and have to like remove that because now you're in a Somali country. Sorry, I got a call. But you want to have all of those together, you know, like you want to still like have your Bay slang, have your Somali slang, have your American slang, and all of those be a part of, and whatever other identities, you know, you kind of carry out. So the dual identity is the both. It's the Somalilander, if you want to as well, and the American, and not forsaking one for the other, but trying to figure out how both of them balance. I had you listen to Know Yourself, and I think that was like like even within diaspora, like cultural theorists and stuff, they're trying to figure out what that looks like, what diaspora identity looks like. Are they hyphenated? Are they in between two worlds and not belonging to other? And I feel like we very much belong to both. It's about how you make it work for you. What do you think?
Do you ever feel like your identities conflict or clash? How do you navigate that when it does?
That's like something like I'm still kind of learning and trying to make sense of. I think before I went back home, it was very much, oh, I'm American, like, and I'm only gonna exist in that box. And now, and they're still kind of like in boxes. Like I just feel like as children of immigrants, we're used to operating like in very compartmentalized ways, but it's about the unlearning. So I also have another platform, First Gen AF. And so we're having a lot of these same conversations with a lot of non-Somalis, with people from all over the world. And everyone's trying to figure out how to make it work. And so it's all about just kind of really seeing what are you about deep down at your core? What are your like core values? What resonate with you as a person? And then you can pick one from each. But like I said earlier, you know, the defining yourself for yourself is the important thing, and nobody can take that away from you. So once you know yourself, then you know, and
Exactly. So I just want to take a moment before we continue to really just talk about the significance of today. This is the Somaliland Independence Day. We made it to 30 years, you guys. MashaAllah.
Everyone is celebrating. I've seen the flag everywhere.
Yes, yes. I love seeing like people in the streets and with the
Oh,
flag.
I saw in Hargeisa, and they were like living it up.
Another level, another level. So I just think we need to recognize it's a huge accomplishment, you know, to be at this point with peace and prosperity, and inshallah, and infinite more, rest of our lifetimes, inshallah, with that. And also in the next 2 weeks, Somaliland will host both local city council elections and parliamentary elections. Looks like Amina dropped off accidentally. So inshallah, those are peaceful and we continue to do amazing things. And this is a huge accomplishment to have 2 free and fair elections at the same time. And as a woman in Somaliland, or from a woman who's from Somaliland, there's a lot more women who are participating in government, which is really exciting. And SLPA is also about women empowerment, as most of our organization, as well as our founders, are women. So this is a big moment in history. Also, let me add Amina. Also, let me have her add before. Yeah. Also, oh, there you are.
Sorry, I accidentally hit something.
It's all good. It's all good. But my father is actually a part of UFO, for those who don't know. He's one of the founders of UFO. And so this day for me is really, really exciting. You know, there's so many people who sacrificed for us to be at this position. And I think we need to recognize that and acknowledge that this was not an easy accomplishment or easy feat by any regard. There was work and sacrifice to get here. So this is a huge year for Somaliland, and big 30, exactly.
Yes,
exactly. All right.
And so I was just going to add a little bit more onto that. So a lot of what makes Somaliland what it is the stories of the people, the stories of the country, and what everyone went through. So tonight, we're going to kind of continue that legacy of storytelling. We have Fathia Absie, if you all don't know, who's a renowned storyteller. And we'll end off the night with Hodan Abdirahman, a well-known singer. Yes.
So we're just looking for our next speaker. Are you able to see people in the chat, or?
Now I can. Let me see. So what we might have to do, though, a lot of people, I might have to drop off for you to add her, and then you could add me back, because you need to have like the latest update. But for the 4 sometimes on Instagram Live, but I don't see her yet.
Yeah, I don't see her yet either. Yeah, let me put some.
Yeah, put a song on.
About to say we have a whole playlist.
Yes,
so,
we do.
Any? Okay, let's do.
All right, anybody in the comments? Do you have any requests?
Yeah.
What comes up within the song?
Y'all have any song requests? Can you guys hear it pretty well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any requests?
Hodan probably will sing that live.
I'm so excited for that.
Who will give us names?
So sad. Somaliland.
All right, we got Fathia Ahmed coming up. Oh, London's in the house.
Woo! I love London. Community, mashallah.
Inshallah, we got that one coming up.
Let's go to the next song.
Oh, Hodan Abdirahman.
Woo!
Welcome, Hodan.
Welcome, welcome.
We're so excited to have you with us. There you go, Faiza. Waheed Ahmed. London, our second Somaliland home.
Like how much all that stuff. Yes. I wish we had an Alan, man. Next person has to bring an Alan. If you guys, oh, we got a question.
Oh, what did they say?
The question is, how does SLPA decide who they choose to bring on live? I mean, we have a free moment. If anybody wants to hop on, I see no issue. Yeah, we just created a program and had some folks that we wanted to showcase. But if you would like to hop on the live, feel free to request. And you can turn up with us. Any other song requests?
Oh, they said Sultan Sera.
This is my song.
Happy Independence Day, everyone.
Sultan.
All right, everyone is hyped. Okay,
You too, sis.
yes.
Next year, let's get Sultan on here. How about that?
Listen, I'm so here for that. We need to bring some America.
And we'll have it in Hargeisa, inshallah.
Yes, Holland's already on, and she'll come on in a half hour, inshallah.
Inshallah.
We're just waiting for Fathia Absie.
She should be here at least by 5:30.
Oh, Fathia Absie is on.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, we have one question. Where can we register? I love that question. you can register on our website under members, a registration for members. And then there you can sign up, and then you'll get all of our emails about events, new op-eds, things that you can get involved in, inshallah. So become a member. You can actually go to our info on our Instagram page for our website. So thank you for asking. All right, and we have someone said, can you put this playlist on Spotify? This is actually Amina's playlist. Amina.
We can drop the link. I have a link for it. I can add it in the chat. Or I don't know how to do that, but
awesome. All right. So I just sent an invite to Fathia.
Hello.
Salam alaikum.
Alaikum wassalam.
كورة محاضرين في عنتين.
Alhamdulillah.
How are you doing?
الحمد لله ما شاء الله ما شاء الله نمعوا يبران. سيفي عن ما يمقلسان.
Ediet.
ما شاء الله.
So we're so excited to have you here today. To start, we just wanted to have you share a little bit about yourself for those who may not know you.
مقعي وفتحية عبسية فتحية محمد عبسية وحنا هاي a mother of 2 girls alhamdulillah single mom of 2 girls and I'm a writer and filmmaker, storyteller in general, and I live in the US, Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington, mashallah. Awesome. And tell us a little bit about your storytelling. What kind of stories do you talk about, and where did that start from, and how does that connect with you being a Somalilander?
Somali weyn ku hadlaynaa soo maha mise
Half Somali, whichever you like. Yeah, Somali that's fine.
Well, I mean, I know waxaan ka yimid dhulkii anigoo 14 jira, so waxaan ku koray. I grew up in Mogadishu. My family, my parents are from Somaliland. Hooyaday Soli Sanagi dhulkaasay ka timi. Aabahay originally from Burco, although aabahay iyo hooyaday waa sort of cousins, so aabahayna reerabtigii unbuu la koray isla areada. So aabahay iyo hooyaday markay isguursadeen ba aabahay wuxuu ahaa electrician, marka xamar bay u guureen. So runtii ilaa intaan 14 jirka ahaa xamar baan ku koray. And then markaan adigu halkan iyadoo markaa dagaaladii Somaliland, markaa dhibaatooyinkii Somaliland ka socday ay bilaabmeen baan anigu xagga nimi. Ayayaday hooyaday dhashay ayaa waxay ahayd an amazing storyteller. And I remember markaan yaraa, when I was growing up, aniga iyadu very close baanu ahayn, saaxiib baanu ahayn. You know, waa iska garanaysaan dhaqankeena, and maybe dadkeena yareed it's different, laakiin dadkaygii iyo kuwii kasii weynaayo, you know, waalidku carruurta lama sheekaysan jirin oo uma sheekay. You know, haddii cunto lagu siiyo oo maaragtay lagu dhergiyo oo maaragtay waxa weeye alxamdulillah rabbil caalamiin, laakiin ayayaday way saaxiib bay ilaahayd oo maaragtay cabashadeedaan u sheegan jiray, waxbay weydiin jirtay. Marka waxaan xusuustaa iyadoo marka dhibaatooyinku dhulkii ka dhaca oo kale, weliba dagaalada sokeeye for example, and labada reer ay iska kay dhalayna waa laba reero aadna isu guursada aadna isu dila. Haddii I think most people know that. Marka cid iskaga dhowi ma jirto deegaan ahaan. Marka say iiga sheekayn jirtay, marka dhabteeda inta igu jiifsamay timo dheer baan lahaayo, haddii jeer waxaan dadka kuleyl ku dhibo injir baa ay geli jirtay, intay dhabta igu jiifsamay injirta iga guri jirto. Marka say iiga sheekayn jirtay dhibaatooyinka dagaalada sokeeye ay leeyihiin. I remember marka and early on anigoo ooyaya, you know, because that aanan garanayn baan buu ooyayba, you know, because she was so amazing at telling stories. She actually would, it was almost like she would take me by the hand and take me there, maaragtay, you know. Marka And I would find myself crying and sobbing for these total strangers that I've never met. And so then I realized, oh my God, this is so beautiful, because early on I remember thinking, Somalidu haddi, and I was always a feeler kind of a person, that always felt other people's pain and sorrow, and I would always find myself walking on other people's shoes. And I remember thinking, this is the way to like Somalidu hadday isdhegaysan lahaayeen, hadday sheekooyinkooda wadaagi lahaayeen, way isfahmi lahaayeen, ma garat. So then halkan markaan imi, and then dagaaladii Somaliland xaggaad weeraradii lagu qaaday, so many of my family members from my father's side and from my mother's side, labada dhinac way isku baaba'een. And then I remember thinking, well, this is, dadka ajnabiga de markaan waqtigaas oo kale, 30 years ago, waxay ahayd, it was easy, dadku way ku garanayaan, and xijaabna maan xidhan jirin, marka dadku would always ask me, where are you from? And when I tell them I'm at the time that, I'm from Somalia, a place a lot of people didn't even know Somalia. Till civil war markuu si fiican dee u dhacay unbaaba si fiican Soomaaliya loo bartay, moogtahay. So I remember, markaan schoolka aado, I went to high school here. Markaan dadku weydiiyaan, tima dheer baan lahaa, timaha jiidaan, where are you from? Africa markaan dhahdo, oh girl, please, markaas inta timaha jiidaan, I don't think so. You don't look African, because so it became a necessity to be able to, it became a matter of the identity and telling your story and making people understand where you're from. And then, eventually, I just found myself, wow, this is not only a way to bring my people together, but it's also a way to bring humanity together, because the minute, no matter how different we are from each other, the minute we start hearing each other's stories, all the differences we have just kind of melt away. Like Maya Angelou said, we're more alike than we are alike. And it's with stories and through storytelling that has the power to, just erase all the artificial barriers that I think persist between us. So that is with, and then I had to, I wanted to go to film school. I wasn't able to, it was very hard. And eventually I found myself, how you get derailed, but you find yourself, it's kind of like, it became kind of like the love of my life. Storytelling became the love of my life, where no matter how many times I got derailed, I would always find myself coming back to the one and only, so yeah, that's how it all started.
I just wanted to quickly ask, I don't know if you had a question, but I think that's kind of like the same for a lot of us that grew up here, the where are you from? For me, I was like, I don't know what to tell them. They're like, so tell me about Somalia. I'm like, I haven't seen it, I can tell you what Connecticut looks like, but what stories did you tell them as you were growing up, and then as you kind of grew into adulthood, like what kind of stories would you tell people, like the first time you meet them, about Somalis or the country?
So in the beginning, they, the what's ka garanaysaa dadku, markii hore, most people would think you're from anywhere else but Somalia, because sawiradii Somalia laga haystay, very dark and, starving children, and aniguna I had this look, this sort of like a citizen of the world look. I could have been, you look like you're from South America or the Middle East or African American, or I had that look where I could for anybody, that familiar look, which was in a way nice. But then I was kind of militant, as most young people are, because it's all about identity and being proud of who you are when you're very young. Like, and I would say, I'm African, please don't say I don't look like Mexican. I'm coming around to the fact that we're all brothers and sisters in humanity, and we should accept each other as you get older. But then eventually, I would like that. From Somalia. Oh,
yeah.
Who are you? So like no man's land. But then eventually I would tell them, my family's from the north, and now Somaliland is independent from the rest of Somalia. And although it's not internationally marked, the sovereignty hand, eventually, and then people would be like, slowly but surely people realized there's a place called this small enclave that's called Somaliland that is really doing very well for themselves, and then they would relax. Oh, okay, so you know, you're not like, okay, so you can
You're
go
not
back
from that
to your
place.
relatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. But in the beginning, it was really a struggle, you know, not people not being able to see you for who you really are. And I remember I went out for an audition. I wanted to be an actress. And so I moved to Los Angeles and I started going out for auditions. And everyone's like, oh, well, my agent would send me to like characters the Africana ama de markaan meeshii tago de hadhowta waxa lagu oranaya no, you don't look African. حتى I went out for a character Somalia or Liguri Somali make, you know. So I didn't quite know where to fit in, and I hated myself. And I remember Timahaigan at King today, and you know I'd make myself look darker a little bit. And so yeah, so it takes time. With age, you just kind of feel better about who you are. You're like, whatever, I don't even care. Whatever you think I am, it's alhamdulillah, it's all good. I'm a human being. That's what matters. A religion eventually becomes the most important thing.
Yeah. And so how long have you lived in the United States now, you said?
30, almost 32 years. January will be 32.
Wow. So in the existence of Somaliland, you were living in the West the entire time.
Yep.
Wow. And how often were you able to kind of go back and forth?
Actually, waxaan laba jeer un baan ba Afrika ku noqday intii mar aan reerkayga keenayo Kenya aan kasoo kaxaynayay iyo mar 2017kii on Somaliland tagay. Eventually, you know, I mean, aabbahay dhintay hooyo iyo walaalahay qaar badan xaggan aan keenay, but then you know, walaalahaygii yaraa aabbahay uu dhalay oo badankooda aanan aqoon baa dhulkii ku hadhay oo haddeer aanu isbaranay, you know, markii berigii dhaweydaan tagay. And you know, these grown adults for the first time in my life aanu isbaranay, inkastaanu dee maaragtay wada hadli jirnay oo si fiican isu naqaanay. Laakiin eventually, because so many people I love passed away and died, whether they were killed at war or vanished in the sea, and I kind of found myself after Abhaina Dintay, do I even know anybody? I mean, a lot of my older relatives passed away. Many of the younger folks I grew up with, many of them died, and many of them left Turkey. Some xoogaa waxaan lose gareeyay that xidhiidhkaas yaad u tegi walaalahay. Okay, eventually I said, well, yeah, it's time to get to know my brothers and sisters, and inkastoo qaar badan bay igu dhow ka midiba kasoo baxeen. So and it was just lovely. I had the most amazing time. I really enjoyed myself, alhamdulillah. It was so wonderful. It was anything but waxaan I didn't even expect. I was horrified markaan tegayay, but then I didn't even want to leave. It was just incredible. I was so proud of mashallah Somaliland. Weliba dhalinyaradu siday wax u qabsadeen iyo siday u dadaaleen. My own sibling walaalahay siday, they're doing so much better than I am, you know.
Mashallah. Mashallah. That was actually my next question. What is the biggest Somaliland achievement that you've seen coming back?
Oh my God, you know, dhalinyarada, you know, how sophisticated I dadka yaryar yihiin maaragtay. I was really surprised, pleasantly surprised, because you know, for example, walaalahay dhulkoodii bay wax ku barteen, ay wax ka qabsadeen, you know, dhalinyaro yaryar oo under 30, or they all have like their homes and their cars and noloshooda isugu qofalan tahay, and they don't even qurbaha. They're like, no, my gabdho walaalahay markaan ku dhahdo, maybe I should introduce you to someone. No, qof qurbaha jooga, I'm not interested. I was like, oh my God. I'm very proud for Somaliland's achievements, mashallah.
Yes, we actually have a question for the both of you that someone put in the question box. If you have any questions for our guests, please put them in the question box. I know people are putting in the comments and I'm not able to catch everything. The question is for the both of you. As Somalilanders, how can we preserve our rich history and story for our future generations? What are tangible steps we can take? If you can think about, subhanAllah, the next generation, the generation after that, how do we maintain our rich history as Somalilanders?
Is that for Amina?
It's for both of you guys. Yeah, I think both of you.
Amina, you want to go first?
able to answer that question. Thank you for the one.
Yeah, I love the example of your grandma telling you stories as you were a kid. And I think that that's the real way in which you kind of keep things alive. You know, now we have the internet, and people are sharing their stories online, and it's kind of staying online and it's accessible. But we need to kind of like preserve it, or kind of have an archive, and keep a digital foot trail so generations afterwards. That's something that the generation before us, they weren't able to do, and now we're missing out on so much. We kind of have to rely on a lot on people's stories and what they kind of remember and how things are changing. But I would just say leave a footprint.
Very nice. I agree with you. I think now I think finally it's time to catch up with the 21st century and start actually making movies. Marka, movies I think will give us that ability, because with movies we will be able to reach everybody. I wasn't able to get the funding, because I was hoping that I would, some of the Somaliland businesses would invest in this film. It wasn't going to cost that much money, maybe 100K, but it would actually help Somaliland too, because it would actually tell the story of Somaliland in the global stage, but it will also change. I think it had the power to change the hearts and the minds of Somaliland, especially, or Somaliland, especially young people. Yeah.
Yes.
And making films, movies.
Reclaim our narrative, and also kind of share stories of peoples that we might not hear. So thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's one more question for the both of you. What is Somaliland to you? I think this is a great question.
What is Somaliland to me, or to, I guess, both of us?
Yeah, to you, in case you want to start it off.
What is Somaliland to me? Well, I mean, Somaliland to me is this young, vibrant nation that is trying to make its mark in the world. Iyagoo la itirafin, haddana iyagu is itirafay, is xil saaray, and decide gareeyay inay wax wada hagaajistaan, danta guud isugu yimaadaan, iyagu yidhaahdaan, okay, ilaahay baan itiraaf weydiistay, itiraafka kalena anaa u xil saaran, anaa isu xil saaraya. And I think as long as we keep reminding ourselves, remember, what it meant to be is going to happen. Eventually, wixii ilaahay sidii ilaahay ku talagalay, Allah is the best of planners, and wixii ilaahay ku talagalay baa imanaya. But adigu, do the best you can. Make sure that Somaliland, in dadka wada dega oo dhan, that everybody belongs. All the people deegaanka ka tirsan inay helaan cadaalad iyo maaragtay wada noolaansho fiican, iyo xaqa iyo xuquuqda ay leeyihiin. And after that, I think the sky is the limit of what Somaliland can achieve, and where it can go, inshallah.
Wonderful. Alrighty, thank you so much, Fathia, for joining us today. We really, really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm excited to see and hear more of your stories and your music and everything that you got going on in film. We need more Somaliland film. That's what I really got out of this conversation, and I want to start writing. I want to get to work on that too. So thank you so much for being a part of this.
Inshallah. I'm very proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing, and yeah, Allah haydin barakeeyo, and inshallah, and yeah, we'll just, things will get bigger and better, inshallah, from here on. Khair badan baan idin rajeynaya. Thank you to everyone that's watching. Allah haydin barakeeyo. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, take care. Bye.
Yeah, I don't think you really got the chance to answer the same question. What does Somaliland mean to you?
I mean, she said it so well, you can't even really follow up to that.
Right?
But I would actually like to even offer the same question to those who are responding. What does Somaliland mean to you? I would have just said it's home, like,
right? That's kind of what came to my mind too. Like, that's home. That's home. Yeah, that's home. That all really came up for me. But if y'all have any other questions for Amina, or if you would like to hop on the call, we do have 10 minutes before Hodan will be joining. Until then, we can play some music. But
I was gonna say, yeah, Somaliland always makes me think of music too. So
yeah.
Austin said Somaliland is literally life itself.
That's brilliant. Okay. The comments are resiliency. Love it. Home. Yes, yes. Okay. And just as a sacrifice, that's real. Just as a heads up, SLPA is planning on having an arts and culture Somaliland event. We were actually in the works for that before the COVID restrictions happened. So inshallah, in the years to come, we'd love to showcase something like that. So yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah, but if anybody wants to join the call, and you're with us, Amina, for when Hodan joins?
Yes, for Hodan Abdirahman. Absolutely.
Yes,
I'm so excited. I was like, oh, we're stuck in Corona still. Are we going to have a haflid? And so I'm glad we're able to do that on Instagram.
Yes. Anybody got a Alan that wants to join the live? I love this new feature where you can have multiple people. Yeah, and if you have questions for Hodan, please put it in the question box right now. Also, she has a great story to tell. Oh, we have a request.
All right, I'm going to add the request to the song.
Did I send a request or did I accept a request? I don't know.
They can do both.
Oh, hey!
Oh, a whole t-shirt.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Go, Ramon, how are you? How are you? Yeah, I got it.
Where are you coming from?
I got that one too.
Huh?
Coming from Marist College.
Oh, Marist College. Hope we met.
Yeah.
Yes, good to see you.
Yeah, we did. Good to see you too. How are you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Happy May 18th.
Is there anything you want to share to the people
tell us your name.
that are here with us?
Okay, so I want to say, horta magacaygu waa Cabdirasaaq Maxamuud Balal. Waxaan ahay arday halkan ka barta waxbarashaan u joogaa meesha. Aad iyo aad waxaan doonayaa inaan fursadda ka faa'iideysto oo aan idhaahdo hambalyo dhammaan weynta reer Somaliland. Aad iyo aad baan ugu hambalyeynayaa. Waxaan leeyahay ku ciida farxad. Happy May 18th.
Happy May 18th. Thank you for joining us, Abdirahman.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Adil. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Okay, we have one other person who wants to hop on.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Thanks for joining. Alan. I wish I had a Alan.
Hi guys, I am calling from the darkness because it's like 2 a.m. in the morning for me. I just want to say happy 18 May, Idil and Amina. Like, you guys are doing a great job, mashallah. I just want to say a little song, Somaliland.
Yes.
Dulka wala tolaya, wana lagu tab'aya. Inka badan ku taako, ninta shaday matabaryara. May ku talagalkeedii maalintii tilmaanayd 18 waa tani aan xusayne waa tani aan xusayne. Go on, girls. I'll say bye.
Right.
You did that. Wow.
You trying to see the Hodan Abdirahman?
MashaAllah. This is our opening performance, you guys.
It's 18 May. Well done, everyone.
Name again?
My name is Suhur. I'm Amina's friend.
Awesome.
Wa salama ya faces in the comments. Wa salama ya demand team Fathia Absie. Guys, take it easy on the comments. Inshallah, it's all good. We're all Somalilanders. It's all peace and love. Yeah. Salama ya. Jazakumullah. I'm here for the Hodan performance. So cheery hour. Somaliland.
So what song are you waiting for Hodan to sing?
Obviously, Hargeyso Sirada was
Yes.
Inshallah. Wani wada salaamaya walaalo dhammaantiin.
Hey, yeah. Thanks for joining us, Sahur.
Yeah, gang.
Sahur's coming to America. She's gonna be an American somewhat. She'll be a part of SLPA soon, inshallah.
Inshallah. Oh, she's gonna become a resident here, like move
Yeah.
out here? Exciting. That's awesome. All right, looks like our special guest is ready and has requested. Let me pause the music. Hello, dude. Okay, so duo. It's about to hop on.
Salam alaikum, everyone.
Happy May 18. Yes, Alan Key.
You got both flags for us.
Yeah, I heard earlier when you were saying somebody needs to grab the alanka, so I did.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
yes. That's what we were missing
Salam alaikum,
today.
everyone. Waad wada salaamaya dhammaantiin dadka ku jira meesha oo dhan rag iyo dumar waayeel ummadda reer Somaliland waxaan idin leeyahay dhammaantiin happy May 18. I hope inaad si fiican ii maqlaysaan. For the first time in my life aan soo galay Instagram live.
Oh, I'm so glad.
So if I may
We are so lucky.
guys forgive me. Waan idin wada salaamaya. Maxaad haysid?
We are
Thank
so
you.
happy to have you with us.
I appreciate it.
I know, I'm starstruck, honestly. So excited to have you here, wallahi.
Thank you very much, Abrir. I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys have me. You guys invited me. Wax walba you started first ma waa markii ugu horeysay. So hadday dadku i arkaan more often anoo soo galay Instagram, don't be like surprised really. Maantaan bartay.
Yes,
Waan
yes.
dhawahay dhammaantiin waan idin wada salaamayaa. Horta waxaan rabaa inaan idhaahdo ummadayda iyo dalkaygii hooyo. Waxaan leeyahay happy May 18. Waynu soo danjirsanay 30 minutes we're 30 years old. Ilaahay waxaan ka baryayaa 30 sano iyo ka badan inaynu jirno, inaynu nabad ku aynu ku waarno, inay Somaliland mar walba ay kor tahay kor. Teeda kale ogaada maalinta May 18 waa maalintii ummadda bini'aadanka ee reer Somaliland oo dhan ka dhaxaysa. Waa maalin muqaddisa, waa maalin qof walba uu ku qasban yahay inuu calankiisa kor u qaado because waxaad muujinaysaa qofkaa tahay iyo meeshaad ka timid iyo cidaa tahay. La iskumana nacayo ogaada inaad adigu qofnimadaada muujiso iyo meeshaad ka timid. Waan salaamaya dhalinyaradayada.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. We wanted to first ask you a question around just your family and Reer Kaga that are artists and abwans and fananin. It seems to be a generational passion for you, for your family. When did you start music, and did you pull from your parents and so on?
Actually, basically, like originally I came from a family or artists, from my dad, my mom. Waxay noo ahayd wax oo aan like we do that every day. So waxaan arki jiray fanaaniin artists, dad aan taageero in my young age oo guriga imanaya, and it's something that I always loved from the young age till I grow up. It was my passion for me to sing. So I just get it. I think I'm not gonna say I get it from my mom, my dad, because everybody has their own talent. Even though I was born as a family of fananin, but at the same time, you have seen a lot of people that who did not came about as a background as an artist that or has a great voice.
Yeah.
So basically, what everybody talent I am so proud in my family or very talented. They are by I just want to say happy May 18. Or they are all in Somaliland except me and my youngest. So everyone out there also Somaliland Eid Mubarak. At the same time happy May 18. One of the jeclahay waana soo socdaa dalkayga waana soo socdaa mar dhow. So that's I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did. Yes. So so tell us more about how you like your first song, your first got into music.
To be honest with you, Habariyat, I used to listen my mom singing, my dad doing music. First I used to sing behind people. Like when my mom finished singing at the house, when every word that she said I used to say repeat back. To her, earlier this is what you were singing, right? And she was like, okay, yes, Hoyo, you got a voice. Yeah. I'm not gonna deny that, but to quote or to quote Quran Kabaro, after that we'll talk about later. But I started singing when I was in Nairobi. The first team I enjoyed as a group was the Waya House. Yeah, basically it was 2002, 2003, if I'm not mistaken. That's when I start joining as an artist. But I was a background singer. I was never on the camera.
Oh.
Because yeah, I was never on the camera. I was a background singer banaha. I did the first album because I couldn't do the videos because I came to America. No, you group the rest of the group, no, they were in Kenya. So markan halkan imiday, like a while later when I graduated from high school, markasan heesaha soo
Yeah.
So what happened was like markan hagan imiday, when I came to America, that's when I started singing. First, I remember I called my mom, Hoyo, this is something that I really want to do for my, I'm sorry guys, I am truly honest.
It's okay.
Sorry. That might happen oftenly because that case, so I am telephone creature. So waxaan ku iri hooyo, I really want to, I want to sing. Waxay ugu tiri, is that what you wanted? Is that what you love for? Yeah. Then go ahead. If that's your passion, go ahead. So I really have a family that supported me from the beginning. I never had any negativity or family in the hand, this and that. So 2010 was the first song I saw Saro. As Hodan Abdirahman, not as a background singer, manahain, but
what song was it?
The first song was a video on Kokado Hahid Amori Chailka. Amori Chailko Inoko Mitkarabi has to as a video ahan lakin hesa igo hore.
So you've been somebody that you sing here, you sing with Koha, Minnesota, or all across America, and then you go back home, you sing with Hidiga Giska. So what is that? How does that kind of add to like your collection or the type of artist that you are, or what does it mean for you?
If you're an artist, you're supposed to work with everybody basically. Because qofka jooga Muqdisho waa inaad la shaqeysaa, qofka Somaliland jooga waa inaad la shaqeysaa, somebody who's in America. The first song and as a collaborated I did with Fathia Absie. He was in London and I was in America, and isaga la heesay for the first time qof maqan oo daarisnaa in America oo joogin, and then I went back to Hargeysa. Somaliland baan ku noqday, and marka Somaliland ku noqday xidigaha geeska waxay ahaayeen as a koox may ahayn, individual bay ahaayeen, but what get together kooxda xidigaha geeska loo oran jiray. So first time when I went there and I see there was a lot of artists and all of them are talented. And madam talented to him as a group, you guys are friends. Why don't you guys make money? You already have the name. Why don't you guys become a group and on a group? Whether I'm there, whether I'm here, I will be a part of it. So let's make it as a team. Koox ka soo jeeda Somaliland sidaasaan ku noqonay oo markaas ka tirsan xidigaha geeska. When I went to Muqdisho sidoo kale asxaab reer Muqdisho aan la heesay. I went to Puntland, same thing. Markaan America joogo fanaaniinta kale ee gobolada kale ka soo jeeda, they all come to us and they all perform with us as a Somaliland the day of May 18th, and then we all go and support everybody or Somalia as being artists. Lakin and dhalashadu waa cajaa'ib. Your day it's way important than any other thing. So May 18th, waa maalintii anu meeshan ka imiday calanka laga taagay. So it's always special for me. Maalin igu khaas weeyaan ummadda Soomaaliyeed oo dhanna maalintooda waan u taaganahay. Somali Wayne, Puntland, everybody oo fanaaniinta u yimaada, we will always gonna support them.
And what are some advice that you would give to the next generation of Somali?
Well, that's a good question. That's a question I always want people to ask me. As a new generation, I believe you guys can make change. Okay? And if we need a change in our country, I believe the new generation, your generation or younger generation can make a difference. And if you guys want to invest, go back home. Your country needs you. Go invest it. I believe 10, the smallest 10 people but shaqaalaysiin kartaa. If you ever want to investment at sameynayso, go back to your country and tag waxaad tiraahdaa ummadayda dalkaygaan raba inaan wax ka shado. Because I believe you guys are some of you guys born here and grew up here.
Yeah.
What no matter where you're born, you can never be somebody. The day that you go back to your country, you know who you are. I believe that. So I suggest to every Somali individual, like all around the world, that if you're a Somalilander, go back to your homeland. Your homeland needs you. As a qabailka, you guys need to change qabilka. قبيلك إلى قبيلة وح قبيلك وحي إلى نبي محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام هذا يسكو برتو. You need to know who is closer than you. فقبيلة داحل. And that's what we have. I believe that's what we have as a Somalilanders. Let's change that to that with the code الشعل كنا قلنا. Instead of using ريهبل بهالكن دقة ريهبل, that part we already passed. 30 years Somaliland وحي كل شيء ريهبل يا ريهبل. Now new generation كنا that doesn't know nothing about qabil, that doesn't know nothing about tribe. Ayaa loo baahan yahay inaad ku noqotiin wadankii, and then you guys need to change that mentality. Aad siisaan generationkii idinkeeda la mida inaad siisin aad ku tiraahdin tribist, it's not going to make any difference for us. So if you want to make different to our country, to our people, qabilkan iska dayno, qarannimada aan jeclaano. So I believe you guys can make that change. I'm expecting both of you guys to go back home, yeah?
I've been back home.
Inshallah, one day.
We're gonna go soon.
Inshallah.
What would you want to see in the future, the next 10 years? Like, what would you want Somaliland?
I really want to see a new generation that's ruling the country. That is my biggest. I really want to see a young generation ruling Somaliland. In a dahan, this is our time. We need adult people. You guys already rule it. You guys already have time, Kini. Let's make a difference to our country, to our people. Let's create jobs. Let's make difference to our people. Health, afimatka, it's number one. That's what we need. To be honest with you, if you go back home, you will notice that. Okay, afimatka, one number one. If we got nurses in here, Europe, America, I would love you guys to go back and help your people. Doctors, engineers, let's make a difference to our country, because our country needs us now. That's what I believe. So in 10 years inaan helo dhalinyartiina, the new generation oo wadankii dhisaya, oo wadankii engineering ka ah, oo wadankii dhakhtarra ka ah, oo wadankii president ka ah, oo wadankii ministers ka ah. That's what ilaahay aan ka baryay inaan arko for the next 10 years, inshallah.
Inshallah. I just wanted to play a song. We got a lot of requests for some music, so I'm just gonna play one of your songs. You can just jam out to a little bit. A lot of requests. We have to give it to them.
Okay. وحشتي Somaliland.
Alanka.
People are asking you to sing about it. I'm definitely.
So tell us more about the inspiration of this song.
And I can see a lot of people are requesting Hester Hornima Sumadla. So I can see
Yes.
that, inshallah.
How, but can you tell us a little more about the inspiration to this song?
Inspiration, because this song is talking about when do we decide Gorman Alaka Samayne. When do we decided to make a peace? And who involved? Where we were. Hester waxa sameeyay. I just want to say thanks to walaalkay and Sir Mahmoud Umar Yare. Hester isaga qoray as a lyrics. He did the lahan, he did the music. And I think we sang that song when he came here as a Somaliland party, B18. So Hester, the song that you played, waxay ka hadlaysaa how we became from in 1990 till the time we know yimid. Waxay ka hadlayaan when we decided to make a peace in our country. Gorman calanka samaysanay, gorman nabadda dhalinay. That's exactly what the song is talking about. But Hester Hornima Sumadla at the same time, Hester Hornima Sumadla, aniga Yoruba wada qaadna waxa sameeyay Xasan Dhuxul Absaalax halka ka salaamayo oo aan waliba leeyahay wuxuu rabaa xildhibaannimo ummadda Somaliland. Well, for the first time uu abwaanisa sharaxo. So I want everybody to support that. أول شيء هو السياسيين بين isku soo sharaxayay hadda fanaaniintii dad kamid ah oo aqoon-yahanaa raba inay noqdaan waddanka wax ka bedelaan. So I will expect everybody oo anagana yaqaan fanaaniinta yaqaana inaad Absaalax aad noo taageertaan man jecelahay insha Allah. waan idin heesaya Hester Hornima Sumadla dadka dhib soo qoray waan idin salaamaya dadkaygii. So caadi ima maqashin.
100%.
Yep,
You guys
okay.
hear everyone in the comments? Everybody here?
Okay. Hornima Sumadla wanaaga sido sadkii midnimo sareeda kale salka dhigaysa qarankuye allow u siyaadi nabadda sugano barwaaqo ku suur Somaliland allow u siyaadi nabadda sugano barwaaqo ku suur Somaliland. And I'm having cold. I hope you guys understand that. I've been when we were doing May 18, it was on I so but this is not gonna be it when it is so good life no one but since you guys have requested me I can never say no to Gabda. And that tells you I always support the Somaliland. No matter whether you're in the country or whether you're outside the country, I will always support the Somaliland. Markat dhalinyartihi dhamaantiin waan idin wada support garaynaya. And I love you guys very much. Waxaan Ilaahay idinka baryayaa inaad noqotaan kuwii dalkiina iyo dadkiina anfacaan.
Amen.
I wanted to ask you, so with like initiatives like this, like Somaliland professionals, they really promote American, or those who are living in the States to go back home and do something. So as somebody who's kind of connected to both sides, what would you tell them? Like, how would you kind of urge them to come together?
It's just the same way I give you guys an advice. And if you go back to your country, make a difference. Try in a skip the mentality because whether you're in Hargeisa or whether you're in America or whether you're in London, at the end of the day, we're a new generation, but you guys don't want to have the same mentality of 50 or 60 years old in Somaliland has it. Inago Somaliland inago rabna inan mid noqono inago rabna that we want to make our country in la aqoonsada adduunyada hadana inaga isugu daran. So first, the only way oo wax loo bedeli karo dhalinyarada Somaliland joogta iyo Soomaaliya everywhere iyaga bedeli kara dadkooda waaweyn mentality-gooda. These people oo dadkan waaweyni way soo qaateen waqtigoodii. Period, bottom line. Haddaad Somaliland joogto ogow waddankaagii baad joogtaa, you have the power and the voice to say no. You have the power and the voice to say this is what I wanted, this is not what I wanted. Ani waxaan rabaa because I have seen a lot of young generation. They all went to school. They all struggle to pay their bills at school. When they graduated, they cannot get the right job for their education. They cannot get this shahadadi buu haystaa. He went 4 or 6 or 8 years for school. His mother struggled to pay his bills or school fee. Probably he was going to work every day. Probably cars. But in a case Somaliland jooga, it's hard for him to hello and bus u ku tago school every day. Maybe his family cannot support. Maybe they don't have enough money to do that. So he's gonna walk from his house at least 10 to 15 miles every day to get education. And when he graduated, guess what? He cannot get the position that he went to school for.
That's true.
I have seen so many young generation. So what happens when that happened? When you went to school, when you struggle to pay your bills, or you suffer a lot. You went to school, you graduated. The time that you expected to get a nice job for the hard work that you did, imagine not getting a job.
Yeah.
You're gonna be heartbreaking. In the mother dhalinyarada Soomaaliland waxa ku dhacday very heartbreaking. Waxay sameeyaan either waxay koraan doonta way soo tahriibaan ama wadankay ku dhex waashaan. That's the two basic things ummadnimadeena ku dhacdo. So inaga as an maxaa la qurba joogta and the diaspora can make a difference for that. If we say no, at least we have a power to say no. Because inaga what the freedom and the halkaas they have a freedom. To be honest with you, Somaliland was one of the countries I'm okay that you can say whatever you have to say. And you're not gonna get arrested for it. You're not gonna kill for it. So that tells you that we have that freedom. But they haven't get used to in a halan. So we're gonna speak for them. Inaga hadlayna habariyar. Inagu markaan hadalno, iyagana waxaan odhanaynaa hadla. Iyagana waxaan odhanaynaa hadla. So waxaan leeyahay dhalinyarada reer Somaliland, speak for your mind. Speak for yourself. Because if you don't speak for yourself, nobody's gonna hear from you. Qofku maqli kara, haddaan qurba joognahay, haddaan qolqol joognahay, if you don't speak for yourself, qofku ma maqli karo. So ummadda dhalinyarada reer Somaliland waxaan leeyahay afkiina ku hadla. Hadla waxaad tirahdaan we need change. We need change. Change kaad u baahantiin maxay tahay? Waxaan u baahannahay dal mida iyo dad mida. Okay.
So we actually have a question in the chat box. If you guys have questions for Hodan, please add to the chat box.
Okay.
Someone asked, how can we elect and encourage more youth to get into local and national politics of Somaliland?
Horta first, before waxaan u baahannahay, we need to educate our people. The young generation out there, they went to school for it. I know waxay baranayaan engineering, waxay baranayaan doctors, waxay baranayaan nurses, waxaa ka maqan politics. So we need to get a new generation who is good on politics. Well, in the bara generation ka maaha because I have a mouth and then I just come on national TV or maybe online but so galayaan I will say whatever I want to say. No. Politics you have to go to school for it first. Learn what politics means. Waxaa loo baahan yahay qof caloosha ka nadiifa oo u hadlayo ummadiisa. That's how we're gonna get to that point. Ma haysano, we don't have a politics. Dad politics ma haysano. Dhalinyaradu waxay baranayaan engineering, doctors. Haddaad imika ina keena Somaliland jooga iyo gabadha yar dhalinyarta haddaad ku tirahda habri why don't you go to school for something else? Waxay ku leeyihiin no waxay ku leeyihiin I'm sorry waxay ku leeyihiin no aniga hooyaday she's expecting me to be a doctor or engineer. Not the only education everybody needs. What is your passion? Maxaad jeceshahay? Haddaad siyaasadda jeceshahay, be a part of the politics. Barta politics. Markaad baratiin, that's how you guys are gonna make a difference.
Do you say that to them when you're there?
I am one of the people who speak from their mind. I speak loud and clear, and I always tell them, my nieces and nephew, guys, doctors and engineering, all of you guys, nursing, are you kidding me? Go to school for something else. Artists, go to school for politics. And beauty. Learn. It's a part of the artist. But even though all the girls of Somaliland, I bartan makeup ka, beautiful and beauty makeup ka, hair ka, and designing ka. I need my own nephew, Yanis, is what I in the bartan. a fashion designer gabadha habarta waxay rabtay inay fashion designer noqoto believe it or not hooyadeed way oyday waxay tiri no fashion designer what are you going to get a job out of it where are you going to get a job for being a designer waxaan ku dhahay I wish she was in America way heli lahayd
but how
that's
about
one
even
of the highest job oo la sameeyaa ku dhahay so dadkeed waxay u baahan yihiin a lot of encouragement waan u baahanahay hadalkan ii soo gaabiya habriyad waxaan u baahanahay a lot of encourage kaya samayn kara dadkeena qurbaha yimiday oo that we knows the difference and adduunyada different waxaan aragnay inaga western life aan aragnay you understand so we have more open minded than our country dadka ku nool so let's all go back and educate garayno aan ku nidhaahna dadkeena human rights ma lihin they might have an office for it but I never seen only one person of human rights go hadla waxaad arkaysaa dumar badan ciyaal badan dad badan oo dhibaataysan they don't have anybody to speak for up for it so yaa u baahan human right keen laga hadlo dadkeena u baahan so ani waxaan encourage garanaya I'm not gonna encourage dadkeena waddanka jooga because weli waxay haystaan that adult people around them oo 24 saac ku beeraya maskaxdooda something different waxaan encourage garanaya dadkeena qurbaha jooga if we all go back if we all encourage to young generation waddankeena jooga waxay western life ku yahay how people make a differences education way health way human rights way and dadkeena barno then waan bedeli karnaa marka generation keeni halka jooga markay in yar inoo soo dhawaadaan when they come close to us markaas aynu ima karnaa aynu la hadli karnaa dadka waaweyn you got my point so waxaan rabnaa as an American or European or anywhere other than Somaliland dadka jooga dhalinyaradan inaan inagu aan encourage garan haddaan inaga let's say we create if you guys create a group here or you Somaliland youth young generation or idinka aad everyday social media aad kula hadashaan dadkeena Somaliland jooga especially the young generation or education way aad isku dhaafsatiin oo aad tiraahdeen how can we do this if you guys really want to do this this is what we expect you guys to do it this is how Western life ay u sameeyaan dadkooda this is how we can make a difference inaga oo diinteeni wali haysan ilaa markii dadkeenu maqlaan westernize waxay ku leeyihiin oo gaalay noo timiday wayna gaalaynayaan so basically inaga oo dadkeeni maxay heedeen waxaan nahay dad muslima at the same time new generation baynu nahay adduunkii uu gudbay inagana aynu gudubno let's make a difference taasaan idinku encourage garaynaya dadkeena oo Somaliland jooga the young generation waxaan leeyahay idinka iman kartaa isbedelku idinka iman kartaa inaad wax barataan oo aad u barataan kaliya maaha dhakhtarka maaha maxay heedeen nursingka politicska gala si aad dadkiina maskaxiyan aad u korisaan
yes
ayaan idin leeyahay and thank you very much hadalka dan idinku badiyaan lahaa
no thank you so much oh my god
it's amazing no need to apologize but this is a question I think you kind of already answered. Someone said, first of all, congrats on 30 years. MashaAllah. Do you have advice for Somalis as a whole? And happy Independence Day, y'all. I think you've given us, mashallah, a lot of advice.
MashaAllah.
I'm going to go through the questions. There's a lot of questions. So I'm just going to quickly go through them. Someone said we need to reform the school system first. And I think that is very true. There is a specific question for you. I don't know if you feel comfortable answering this question, but will you do a feature with King Jama?
Say that again. King Jama. Would you sing a song with King Jama?
King Jama, she is a beautiful artist. She's got a voice. I really love heestaheeda. Waan dhageystaa. And King Jama waxaan leeyahay hore u soco. We love you as a Somalilanders. We love you as a Somali. We love you as an artist. King, we support you all.
And someone asked, how long does it take you to memorize a new song?
It depends on how good you are. If you when you go to school, it depends yourself when you were young. Right? How smart you were at school. So people are different. To be honest with you, I'm a left-hander. So I'm a quick learner. So it takes me at least 6 to 7 minutes at the most.
Oh wow. That's amazing.
Wow, Amazing.
Soomaalida waxay tiraa habar yar left handerka dadka oo bidixda wax ku qora left handerka smarter. What is fine yeah, so I'm a left hander, yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
MashaAllah. Someone wrote, with social media, the Somali music is getting more popular. Even foreigners are reacting to it. How can we take it to an international platform? Have you noticed more non-Somalis listening to Somali music now?
Yes, I seen it on all the what is Instagram what is this thing called?
TikTok.
I just started doing TikTok. There you go.
Yeah.
I see so many non-Somalis are doing it. So how can we make it to the platform? It depends on you. The person who is asking me that question, that depends on you. I know I have Somali artist. I'm singing for you. I'm not singing for Chinese or Americanized. Who can make me as an popular? Who can send me to the world? It's you. So hadad idinku hadad anagana taageertaan dadka adduunyada say dadkooda u taageeraan waxa lagu oranayaa maxaad u haystaa waa dambi only Allah can Ilaahay way xisaabin karaa. Only Allah can judge me. But adigo as a Somali maxaan kaaga baahanahay when I'm singing to your own language? I am your own people. Heestan qaadayo waa Somali, qofka idageysanaya waa Somali. So yeah, aniga again kara as a platform, who can take me there?
Yeah.
Question cause it's what idinka marka idinka you guys can make me imika idinka iga dhiga Hodan Abdirahman. To be honest with you, and I appreciate it. If you guys want to take me to the worldwide recognition that adduunyada iga rabtiin idinka again kara halka. Aniga iyo fanaanka ila midkaaba idinka wax iga dhigay idinkaana halka again kara idinkaana hoos ii ridi kara.
So what is another question that we have is, what is your favorite song of your own, and then what is your favorite Somaliland song?
Say that again.
So what is your favorite song of your own, like your favorite song that you have, and what is your favorite Somaliland song?
And to be honest with you, Aniga, I love all my songs because if I don't like the song, basically I don't sing. If I don't like the lyrics, Javier, I'm telling you, I won't even think about singing. And I will tell the person, so I love all my songs, but if I said heesta Somaliland ugu jecelahay waxaan ugu jecelahay heesaha Somaliland oo dhan heesta xidigaha geeska qaadan. And I just want to memorize it heesta magaceedii. Waxaa la dhadaa allono tiirisaye utagni calankayaga rabo tabantaniyo adigu noota kule. Heestaas waxay ka hadlaysaa waa duco waxa weeyaan goortii la aasaasay waa very old song marka xidigu ku yimaadeen ay soo saareen. That's one of my favorite songs, Somaliland song. I sing heesahooda taas ugu jecelahay.
Yeah, we're people are requesting a song break, so let me just play a song, one of your songs.
Go ahead.
Go.
Yes.
Viva Somaliland!
Woo!
Oh, actually, I brought my flag. I
Yay!
I'll bring my...
So we have a request for this song as well. Play that for me.
My beautiful mother song.
Yeah.
People kept asking this. They wanted an Amina Abdirahman song.
I keep pressing something. You guys hear well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second, you guys. 1 moment.
And waxaan rabaa inaan idin cudur daarto aniga. It's 8:50 for me, you guys. And maxaa la dhahaa 9:15 I gotta go pick my daughter up from the daycare. So I just want to make it on time. And dad baa su'aal, I can see a lot of audience halkan igala hadlaya. Dad baa I weydiiyey, when are you going to be Europe tour goorma dhimanaysaa? It's a bit hard for me right now because ilma yar baan haystaa. She's only 3 months old. But my plan is like when I go back home, my homeland, and ciyaalka geeyo, inshallah, if I had a time, ayaan iman doonaa Europe tour. But it's my biggest mission hadda, inshallah.
Yeah.
That's my biggest mission inaan sameeyo. Haduu Allah haweyne idmo, so I'll update you guys more.
Inshallah. Someone else had a question. Hodan, will you come to my wedding?
Okay, it depends where it is, Kude. I would love to.
Inshallah, inshallah. Sorry, someone was knocking on the door to give me my alan. So
Oh, finally you get it,
Finally.
mashallah.
I was like, what is
That was
going
a quick
on?
delivery.
Yeah. But we wanted to know the story of this song. Do you know the story of Sir? Like, what is the story behind it?
It's basically what love song. Waxay ka hadlaysaa waa like Soomaalideena always waxaan ka heesnaa waa love song. Heestaas ruwaayad bay ku jirtaa. Ruwaayad waxaan ka hadlaya ruwaayadii Soomaaliya ay ku jirtaa. So tomorrow of it hooyan weydiin doonaa. But aniga basically what I believe is a heestu inay hees jacayl tahay. It's a love story song.
Mashallah. It's one of my favorite songs. It's so beautiful.
Oh, it is one of my favorite songs. And waxa kaloon jeclahay hooyaday qaado hees iyada iyo Xasan Aadan Samatar qaadaan. Danbury baa la yidhaha. I don't think you guys ever heard of it. So it's a very old song. Da idinka habar yar waxaad tii new generation ka moogtahay. Aniga garan la idinka xagee joogtiin. So
I will listen to everything, even if I don't understand.
Danbury baa la yidhaahdaa. It's one of my favorite songs ee hooyaday qaado. And she sings with Xasan Aadan Samatar. Danbury, ha. So heestas when I wanna do when I wanna renew it, it's gonna have waxaan ku samayn doonaa English lyrics on the bottom. So you.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but
Do Amina and Hassan Aadan Samatar.
It is really hard. I don't think it's on YouTube, I believe, for a very classic old song.
I don't even think it's video, or if it's video, it's really, really old.
okay, let me. And then Hassan.
So I have been called and maxaa la wala ii yeedhay. So asxaabta waxaan rabaa inaan idin salaamay habar yar. I wish I can spend more time with you guys.
Thank you so much.
9 o'clock, so it's gonna take me 15 minutes. Daycare call xiraa. I gotta pick it up. I love you all, my Somaliland.
Really
Thank you so much
for here with us.
I just want to tell people to follow me on my Instagram if you guys want to ask me more questions. I believe what Sogalin Kati later, or you guys can post it out. But Sogalin Kati.
Yes, we will.
If you want to have any more questions, if I did not answer your question here, follow me on Instagram. Since Adi Barten in Instagram live next time, I need to assume dona kayga.
Oh,
I will invite you guys
Thank
to
you so
mine.
much.
How about you? Thank you. I want to say happy May 18 to everyone. I love you guys. Somalia,
Thank you.
hi, umada Somalia, don't want to jeclahay whether you in Mogadisho or whether you in Garowe, whether you in Bosaso, whether you in Somaliland, whether you in Djibouti, whether you in Ethiopia, whether you in Kenya. I love all of you guys from the bottom of my heart. Idinka wax idinku noqday, idinka wax idinku qaxay. Happy May 18, everyone.
Happy May 18.
Happy May 18.
Happy May 18, Habo.
Thank you so much, Habo.
Thank you so
Hi,
much,
Habo.
Habo.
Take care, man. Bye, guys.
Bye. Wonderful.
Leave.
All right, we closing out, or you still want to party?
Just maybe if anybody else wants to join the live, we have maybe 5-6 more minutes. We have some requests. Yeah, let's invite some folks who.
Oh, somebody said who was she? That was Hodan Abdirahman, who's a singer.
Whoa.
Thank you, Abay. Thank you. I was trying to get my Somaliland Shalmad yarana soo qaato. But it's okay. Happy 18 May.
Happy 18 May.
Happy 18 May, guys.
Thank you, Abay.
I love it.
Finally.
Finally alive. But yeah, happy 18 Abay. Wa idin salaamaya.
Hi, Abayo.
Hi, Abay.
All right.
Our second May 18 COVID celebration.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Happy 18 May.
Happy 18 May.
Yeah, I want to say Hodan was one of my favorite singers. We was neighborhood in Somaliland. I know her very, very, very well. She's wallahi waa qof aad u qalbi wanaagsan, daacad ah.
Yes.
She has a talent. Marka I want to say her iyadana inshallah happy 18 May. Dhammaantiin happy 18 May. I want to say to you guys waa mahadsantihiin intaas idin soo galay.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy 18 May.
Happy 18 May walaalo.
Yeah. Also...
We're celebrating
Yes.
Somaliland for the whole month. Yes.
You already know. We have a question. Yeah, there's so many questions I can't even sit through it. So sorry if you
were
have
they
any.
all for Hodan?
Yeah, I think so. Most of them were for Hodan. That's the thing.
Oh, well, we'll add her Instagram after when you save this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys have any other questions for her, definitely add her on Instagram. And she said she's going to be doing more lives, so you can join her then.
No, not this year.
Yeah, so as things are starting to open up, SLPA is planning on having a in-person May 18 party. So yeah, drop your post-COVID, of course. So drop where you live and where you think the May 18 party should be. Potentially, should it be in DC, Minneapolis, Ohio? Where do you guys want the party to be? There's some song requests.
There's a lot of song requests.
Okay, last song request.
Okay. New England representing.
Okay, last song. We already played this, but. Happy May 18. I like you.
So this song was actually written by a woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a young woman, Ayan Kaba. So we need to represent extra hard.
Awesome. Who wrote it?
Ayan Kaba. I'll write it in the comments.
For anyone else who is not following SLPA that's on the live right now, please follow us for future events and also to join our organization, inshallah, for those who came from Hodan Abdirahman's Instagram.
And this weekend, there'll also be another SLPA event. Let's tell a little more before we close out.
Yes, on Sunday we're going to be having a Zoom conference. I know some folks in the comments were talking about wish we did something on Zoom. We are going to be doing something on Zoom on Sunday, inshallah. More details to come. We're going to post on the page. So please follow our Instagram page to stay updated, inshallah, and become a member so we can email the information to you directly. Alrighty. Alrighty, I think that's it. I think we, mashallah, can't come up with any other questions or.
Happy 18 May, everyone.
Yeah, happy 18 May. That's it. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for all the comments. Really appreciate it.
Happy 18 May.
Happy 18 May, everyone.
Inshallah, we'll see you guys on person sometime soon.
Yes, inshallah in person next year.
Alright, I'm gonna hop off here though.
I'm gonna hop off too. Hi,
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate you.